Hey guys, something that I believe that influences your health more than almost anything else, more than the diet, the exercise, the nutrition, the sleep, the water, all those things that I see in my clinical practice all the time are people that are in community, that have good relationships with other people, whether it be family, whether it be friends, but they're constantly around other people, they're constantly participating in an active community. That changes the way that their whole health, their whole life, just everything manifests itself. I will tell you, since the pandemic, since the start of the pandemic, I think the World Health Organization actually did a study in June of 2020, and this is right at the beginning of the pandemic, so June 2020, they found that 27% of people had anxiety and that 23% of them had actual depression. And that was early on in the pandemic. And I can't imagine since then how those numbers have changed, because a lot of us that were in regular community felt out of community, and a lot of us that didn't have community in the first place are more isolated now than ever. And I will just tell you, I can see how much this changes in people's lives when they have a good, solid support system around them. People that they can talk to about life, people that they can even just have fun with. I was talking to a friend earlier today, and we were talking about this whole subject and how important community was. We were actually sitting in a coffee shop, and on average, people had 3 pieces of technology in front of them. And I realize it's a coffee shop. I'm not shaming anybody. But we've learned to live our life through screens, through a cell phone. I'm talking to you right now on a screen, and this is nice, but it's not community. It's a lot different. If you were in front of me, we would be having a really good conversation, a heart-to-heart. I'd be able to share with you. You'd be able to share with me, and it would change both of us from the inside out. But since we've started to lose this, or a combination of our culture changing and a combination of the pandemic and just things, people have been pushed into isolation, and it's led to increased levels of anxiety and depression. The Journal of American Medical Association actually did a study that found people in isolation, people that reported low levels of community, actually had a higher level of inflammation, a higher level overall of heart disease. Your overall mortality rate, some studies found almost 50% increase in early death when you're not in community, when you're in isolation. Something that we think is just a tiny thing that doesn't correlate to our health has a huge impact. The same buddy that I was talking to, we were talking about a large organization, and the CEO of this organization was told that they could increase their revenue by communicating with their clients by almost $20 million. But he chose not to do that. He's choosing not to do that because of the level of face-to-face and community makes in the organization, and how that changes contact with the people actually participating in the organization, and how you don't want to lose that. So I want to encourage you guys, it's hard. This is one of those things. It's almost, some people would rather change their diet or their exercise program than have to talk to a person. And that's a symptom. That's a symptom that we're not where we should be as far as this subject goes, as far as community goes. So I would encourage you guys to at least start paying attention to this part of your life. Make some changes where changes are needed. And even if you're not the type of person who likes to put yourself out there in a situation and just don't engage right away. Just don't feel like you have to bring everything to the table. But I would encourage you guys to assess how often, how frequently you are in community, what that community looks like. Is it bringing you positive? Is it bringing you negative? And make changes where necessary. So I hope this encourages you guys. I hope you guys have a beautiful rest of your day. If you do like these videos, if you like the brief health tips, advice, I don't post them all. So like, comment, subscribe on them. That will help you. If you subscribe to the actual channel, that'll help you see more of them. If you need anything, if there's ever anything you want me to make a video on, go ahead and comment. So appreciate you guys watching. If you stuck around this far,